guys, so we have a big breaking news coming out. Russia bombs northeastern Ukraine for the second time. 7 impacted as civilians paid the price. Another Russian drone strike slammed into the northeastern Ukrainian border city of Sumy overnight. Once again, 7 impacted, and damaging homes and civilian infrastructures. At the same time, we have this news coming out. Ukrainian drones destroy 70% of fuel tanks at Russian seaport, General Staff says. So we're going to get to all this news here, guys. Before I start, for those of you that want to send us letters or prayer requests, you can send it to me, US Santiago, or my wife, Jessica Santiago, at 3432 US Highway 19, number 2, Holiday, Florida, 34691. All right, let's see what's going on with these news. Once again, when spoken of peace and security, or peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall follow. We have seen the U.S. is working some kind of peace deal. At the same time, the European is working on the next plan to strike. All right, so we are definitely seeing Bible prophecy. So apparently, once again, it says here, Russia bombs northeastern Ukraine for the second time. It says here, apparently, I'm going to skip that name there. I truly apologize, guys. Includes hitting residential neighborhoods. This isn't a military breakthrough. It's a war of attrition, targeting border cities, meant to exhaust Ukraine while the West hesitate on aid. And with U.S. funding stalled, Europe under-delivering, Moscow is betting it can simply outlast Ukraine by grinding it down city by city, block by block. How many more drone strikes does it take before aid fatigue becomes too late? Yeah, I'm not going to play the video, but again, you guys get the picture. The bear, Russia, they dropping the hammer. At the same time, we have this news here. We're going to get to this one. We do have more breaking news when it comes to nation against nation. But again, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thank you again for your support. The Kiev Independent putting out this information today, December the 8th, 2025. It says here, Ukrainian forces destroyed 20 fuel tanks, 70% of the total, in a drone strike on Russia's seaport in Krasnodar on December the 5th. The General Staff reported December 8th. December the 5th, attack sparked a large fire at the Temnyuk seaport, a facility that handles various types of cargo, including liquefied natural gas used to supply the Russian military. The Krasnodar Krai operational headquarters confirmed that the port sustained damage from the drone strikes. The fire continues to burn at the liquefied gas loading rack, where roughly 24 rail tanks are stationed. As of the evening of December the 7th, the fire had spread across nearly 1,000 square meters, according to the General Staff. Ukrainian forces targeted multiple sites in Russian-occupied Ukrainian territories overnight on December 8th, the General Staff added. Strike hit an ammunition depot near the village of Temrivka in Luhansk Oblast, and a drone depot in the city of Donetsk in Donetsk Oblast. Now, Ukrainian forces also struck a fuel and lubricant depot near the Semenkai settlement in Luhansk Oblast, as well as mobile fire group and a Panzer S-1 air defense system in Donetsk Oblast. The consequences of the strikes and the full extent of the damage are still being assessed, according to the report. So these two, they still going at it really, really hard. So Russia is hitting their infrastructure, grid, and stuff like that. Ukraine is hitting Russia's oil facility. At the same time, they're trying to work some kind of peace agreement here in the U.S. But then you have Europe. Well, Europe, they have something else in mind. Give me a second here, guys. We have this news that's coming out too. 400 million. Give me a second here. $400 million for Ukraine. Hold on, let's see what's going on with this one here. U.S. lawmakers on Sunday introduced the annual National Defense Authorization Act, proposing a record U.S. $901 billion in national security spending for the fiscal year 2026. That is a lot of money. That is a lot of money. That is insane. Almost $1 trillion. Excuse me. The legislation exceeded President Trump U.S. $892.6 billion request, includes $400 million in military aid to Ukraine, and a 4% pay increase for enlisted service members. House Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican from Louisiana, described the bill as a step towards advancing Trump's agenda. Let's see what's going on with Turner putting out his point of view. They're doing this with the full knowledge that tens of millions of dollars already sent to Ukraine have been stolen by lawlessness Ukraine officials. And I do believe so. I absolutely agree 100%. And we talked about how Don Jr. just spilled the beans that you have, Ukrainians officials, they're driving sports car. We're talking about Bugattis and Ferrari cars that's worth up there in the millions. All right, so again, we are seeing that, and we knew about this. We know about this. This is laundering. It just been going on. This is not something new. It's been going on for decades and decades and decades. It's our tax stuff is just going to all these lawlessness. It's just mind blowing. It goes to tell you that they filled with sin and evil, lawlessness. So they are doing this with full knowledge that on the streets of luxurious Monaco, 50% of the brand new Lamborghini, Ferrari, Bugatti, Porsche, Rolls-Royce vehicles driving in that exclusive enclave have Ukrainian license plates. They are doing this with full knowledge, which came out just this past week, that the Russia suddenly repositioned strategic nuclear missiles on mobile launchers closer to NATO countries, and presumably also aimed at U.S. target. This is out of control situation. It's just sad that this is where we are right now. This is just lawlessness at its best. The U.S. president tells the Russians the U.S. is trying to establish peace. Then Congress goes and wants to send another $400 million to Ukraine to take out more of the bear soldiers. Do the members of Congress seems to care at all? It's all baloney. What they're doing is they're taking our sleeping giant down straight to the lake of fire. This action by Congress shows that the sleeping giant is completely... I actually apologize for some of this word. Turner, you say you're a Christian, dude. Man, come on, man. You're not supposed to be using those type of words. It says here, if the Bear missile starts hitting the U.S., the members in Congress who sponsor this bill and those who vote to pass it are personally responsible. Yeah, but guess what happened? They're going to go to their luxury bunkers. Yes, underground city bunkers do exist. All right, you have the Denver airport stuff. You had one of the former Bush administration, one of the members of the cabinet. She came out and she was on Tucker Carlson's show. I think it was back in May or June of 2025. She spilled the beans. She's like, yeah, there was like $20 trillion that was used to build this underground city bunker. And it's huge, and it could fit a lot of people. It's most for like the powerful ones, for worst case scenario, nuclear war. So again, these people, they do all those crazy party. They give money to all these foreigners, and they drive Bugattis and stuff like that. But their time is coming. The Bible said they have received their rewards on earth. Their time will come. It says here, as your towns are vaporized, as you watch loved ones, members pass from radiation, be absolutely certain you remember exactly, precisely who pushed the Russians to do it. You remember, here in the Sleeping Giant and your senators. It will come to a point that Russia is gonna say that's it, it's over, and I do believe so. I mean, again, it just but those in the spotlight, they just not hiding it anymore, giving all our tax and just feeding the world, and they just riding luxury cars and just laughing at us. And now Donald is trying to at least try to do the right thing by ending this war. But then you have the Europeans, well, they want to continue the biblical war. Here's the thing. I think it's time for the Sleeping Giant to wash our hands and just leave this nonsense. Let the Europeans do whatever they want with this stuff. Let them deal with it. But here's the thing, guys. Once Donald is done, his term in 2028, I guarantee there's going to be another individual who's going to be worse than Joe, and is going to be taking our Sleeping Giant tax money and giving it to the world. And the world's going to be happy with all these luxury cars. Meanwhile, we, the Sleeping Giant citizens, we will be living third world country style. All right, so there's a shift going on here. Very concerning. And it's starting with wars. And they're taking advantage of signing all these bills. Billions upon billions upon billions. And just given to all these foreigners. And the bear knows it. The bear knows that, there's lawlessness, laundering going on. They really don't care as long as, it doesn't affect their country. But Sleeping Giant citizens, wake up. Wake up. Your tax is being given to millions that's coming from different parts of the world. All right. So again, they given brand new apartments. They get the SNAP and stuff like that. Millions. All right. Citizens, Sleeping Giant citizens are being replaced. You're being replaced. Not only that, they're giving it to other people in the world. They're driving Bugattis and Lamborghinis. And these are the same people that tells you, you come first. Sleeping Giant citizens come first. Once they get into the spotlight, they forget all about you, and they just continue with their lawlessness. Just like Elon Omar and all of them that were caught taking all those money. And it's all being brought to light. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Check out the video I posted today. The link will be in the comments box. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you all. Till next time later. Peace.